Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am so sorry that this is coming up so late, but I had a lot going on tonight. I wound up doing some overtime at work, and then I had a meeting at my son's school because he's starting kindergarten in a couple of months. So I really have just barely gotten, to sit down this evening, but I promised you a video and I wanted to deliver on that. So tonight is the first night of Who the Hell Am I Wednesdays, and I wanted to start it off by kind of giving you a little bit of information about me and who I am and kind of how this all started for me, and really introduce myself in a way that I really haven't done on my channel so far. So I should probably start out by saying I actually haven't been ARMY for very long. I found out about BTS. I had heard about some forms of, Asian pop before, but mostly it was just those really weird videos that my friends and I would show each other to kind of see who could come up with the weirdest video, and never really took seriously. I'm trying to think of the name of the one that I'm thinking of right now, but it was just this really weird music video that you completely lost the song because the music video just kind of made you stop and, what did I just watch kind of feeling. So I never really expected to ever enjoy K-pop, J-pop, anything along those lines whatsoever. I liked a lot of Latin music, but that's because I am fluent in Spanish, so I do understand the lyrics and can sing the songs and things like that. And that was one of the things that really made me believe that I wasn't going to enjoy K-pop, was I don't know Korean. I'm working on it. I don't know Hangul, but we're getting there. But that wasn't something that I started until after I really started to enjoy BTS and really wanted to be able to understand their songs, because anyone who has heard a translation of something knows that there is always something that is just a little bit lost in that translation. It doesn't quite have the same feel in the translated language that it did in the initial language. And so I really wanted to be able to listen to the songs and really grasp the feelings that they were trying to portray through the songs, the sentiments they were trying to portray. So I really honestly never considered it. I never thought about it. I didn't listen to any of it. And then oddly enough, this was back in July of last year, I want to say, I had decided that I was going to start working out again, preferably start running, but I don't like to run because I am a little bit overweight, and anybody that is overweight and has attempted running knows what I'm talking about. It's very rough at first. It's very painful. It was just not something that I was looking forward to, but I wanted to get back to a place where I enjoyed it, and I wanted to get back to a place where I felt healthy and fit. And so I really wanted something to motivate me. And so I reached out on Facebook to all of my Facebook friends and let them know that I was looking to create a playlist to really get me pumped up, to get me motivated, to get me ready to move, ready to run, just really setting that mood and that mindset towards, excitement instead of dread. And I got a lot of songs that, I'd heard before and were the kind of the standards for the, kinds of things you'd expect on a workout playlist. But one of my friends, who admittedly, we had very little in common other than mutual friends. So I never really knew the kind of things that she was into. I'm pretty sure that I could have guessed that she was into like anime and things like that when she was younger. But I really, especially now that we haven't really seen much of each other, we've just, kind of kept contact through social media. But we haven't really seen each other in 15 years. Maybe not quite that long, but like, 10, 12 years. So I had no idea what her interests were, but she immediately popped a couple of K-pop songs into my suggestions and said, you have to check these out. These are the songs that really get me moving. Well, the two songs that she chose to put into my comments were Big Bang's Bang 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 and Mic Drop by BTS, the Steve Aoki remix with the English lyrics. Or the, predominantly English lyrics. And I remember pulling up the videos, you guys, and it was too funny because she actually linked me the music videos. So of course I'm going and I'm watching the music videos for Bang 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 and Mic Drop as my initiation into K-pop. So you can imagine my reaction. My reaction was, I watched Mic Drop first, and I was like, holy hell, these guys are hot, and they have moves, and this song is a banger. I was like, I am in love with this. Who is this? What is this? I don't understand. And then I watched Bang Bang Bang, and admittedly, there was no shirts at some points in that music video. I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. And I was like, oh my God, like their idea of fitness, of physique style is so incredibly beautiful. And I don't feel now that I have been in the fandom for quite some time that it is necessary or even that I really enjoy it too much. Because quite frankly, in the end, I feel like all that flashing of abs all the time in your songs is actually a little bit too much. I think that BTS has struck a really nice medium where, you get some abs, you get some like, little tidbits here. We get well fed once in a while. But it's not too much. You don't have an expectation of seeing excess amounts of skin during any one of their songs. And I actually like that. But back then I was new, so, I hadn't integrated that K-pop fandom sort of lifestyle where, if you've ever seen the memes, they're totally true, where, you before the K-pop fandom, you see a guy with a shirt off and you're like, ooh, yeah. And then now we're like, oh my God, did I see forehead? It's totally true though, because that's exactly how I am right now. And nobody around me understands it because, quite frankly, like my kids love BTS. As you've seen in my videos, they adore BTS. But none of the adults in my life were really, that into them. And so trying to explain to them why I'm super excited about somebody's forehead showing, or, why I'm super excited about the headbands or the chokers, most people aren't going to understand that. I know you do, but most people don't. So when I saw the Bang 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 music video, I was like, oh my gosh, these guys are even hotter, And then I started looking into it more. I'm like, I really like this music. These songs are really awesome and I really enjoy them. And because I had kind of gravitated more towards Big Bang in the beginning, because of that music video, I started to look more into their music first. And what I found was that there was maybe one or two other songs that I liked by them, because we all know Fantastic Baby is a banger too. But I really didn't find that much that I enjoyed as much as Bang 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 and really wanted to listen to on repeat, you know? But then I started going back and looking at BTS stuff, and I completely fell in love. I couldn't find a song I didn't like. I remember, okay, that's not entirely true, because to be completely honest, in the beginning I didn't like Airplane Part 2. Don't hate me. I'm sorry. But I didn't like it. It totally grew on me. I love that song now, and I just get so much emotion listening to it, because that was my initial era. When I started watching their performances, they were doing Idol, and they were doing Fake Love, and they were doing Airplane Part 2. So all of my memories of watching them perform at award ceremonies and things like that is all Fake Love, Idol, and Airplane Part 2. That's pretty much all of it. I mean, of course, they did, you know, the fun stuff here and there, like they did the Apaman, things like that. But for the most part, Airplane Part 2 holds a special place in my heart, along with Mic Drop, Fake Love, and Idol, because those are my songs. That's how I started growing as an ARMY. And as I watched more and more videos, their music videos told stories. They were fantastic. They weren't the things that I'm used to in American culture right now, where, you know, it wasn't all boobs and butts, and, you know, like, there was legitimate talent in the storytelling, in the way that these videos were shot, in the choreography that they used. Every song had such impeccable choreography. They were so immediately, obviously, tremendous performers. And I just got sucked in. And I remember, you guys, watching No More Dream on repeat over and over and over and over. And the reason is, they had that beginning part where it told you who each of the members were. And so I would watch it over and over and over again to remember their names. And then I would go back and I would watch another music video and I would try to guess which member was which. And then I'd go back and I'd be like, dang, I got that one wrong. Or, oh yeah, I got that one right. And it was fun. It was fun to learn about them. It was fun to watch everything about them. They are not so much entertaining as real. Like, they're really, truly, in real life, hilarious guys. And watching them do Run BTS, watching them do interviews, watching them get silly, like, those just brought so much joy to me. And it was really quickly that BTS completely, I don't want to say took over my life, but I'm pretty sure you understand what I mean at the same time. And it's hard for people to understand, being that I am a Nuna, why I am so in love with these guys. And I have always loved music. Always loved music. And every form of music. You can't find much music that I don't engage with, that I don't appreciate, that I don't feel through. And to hear their music and know what was put into it, the struggle that was behind it, the sentiments that they were trying to teach to the world, the growth we got to watch through their music. These 7 guys grow up into these incredibly intelligent and wonderful men. And that is not something that you can fabricate. That is not something that some company can pay enough money and just create. These guys worked their butts off. And at the end of the day, they give it all to us. They say, you guys are the reason we're so successful. It's not all our hard work. It's not all our blood, sweat, and tears. It's ARMY. And that is the kind of lessons that this world needs. That's the kind of role models and influences that this world needs. And everything about them has made me stop and look at my life. You know, how am I eating? How am I treating myself? You know, am I sleeping enough? Like, these are all things you see all the time. When you see them posting on their social media or whatever, you know, make sure you eat, make sure you get plenty of rest is what ARMY is constantly telling BTS. And then I started to think about myself. Am I doing that? Am I taking care of myself? Am I doing things that I enjoy? Am I working hard enough? You know, could I be doing more? And it brought me to a new place of self-love that I have never experienced before. It's brought me a drive and a creativity that I feel like has been so unused for so long. There was always this side of me that loved to do things like write, that loved to do things like dance, that loved to do things that really got that creative juice flowing. And when I had kids, I put that all on hold. I stopped being the old me and started being who I thought I needed to be as a wife and as a mother. And it took me quite some time to realize that I wanted to be somebody else, and I had to rebuild that person from scratch. And we're going on 6 years now. Yeah, 6 years now. And I'm still working on it. But I feel like I've gotten somewhere so much farther than what I thought was possible because of the influence of BTS. That's why I created this channel, because I felt it was important that people see their performances. I felt that it was important that people talk about things that really needed to be said, and not just, oh, you know, they have a huge fandom, they're super good looking. Let's stop and talk about the impact that they've had on our lives. Let's stop and talk about the way that they have inspired us. Let's stop and talk about the way that they bring us joy on a daily basis. That's the stuff that's important. That's the stuff that needs to be talked about. That's the stuff that's missing from, you know, whatever interview they may be doing. While I truly appreciate, you know, the little teasers about who they're going to collab with next, I just want somebody to ask JHope, you know, where his inspiration for his songs comes from. I want somebody to ask RM, you know, how does it feel to be the leader and the spokesperson and to feel so responsible at such a young age? I want somebody to ask Jin, did you ever think that you would be doing this? Did you ever, you know, as you were creating and cultivating your career, did you think this is where you were going to wind up? And, you know, what drives you? What drives you to be better? You just put out a song. What made that happen? What brought that to fruition? Somebody asked Suga, what's next? Because everything that Suga wants, Suga gets. But beyond that, he has worked so hard for it. He has really sacrificed and feared failure and overcome so much. What kept him going? What pushed him through those dark nights to where he is now? And what is he pushing for next? What is he working towards next? Jimin, so worried about his voice for so long. He is a freaking angel. And everybody knows it. Everybody hears it in his singing. How does he feel about himself now? Can he honestly see how much he's grown? As a producer, as a singer, as a performer, what are his goals, his aspirations, his dreams? We saw in one of their early interviews that they were talking about wanting to get one dancing. And they have so many now. So what are their dreams? What are their goals? What are they pushing towards? What do they want to achieve now? I would ask V, how he sees the world. He is so artistic, and he has such an impeccable eye for beauty, and his photography is amazing, and the things that he chooses to do in his free time, it just really makes me wonder what the world looks like through his eyes. What, if given the opportunity, would he do? Change about the world or about himself? Jungkook. That man. He really is a blending of all 7 of the guys. He has some of his own personality, but he has so much that he has learned from the other men too. But what is it like for him to finally be the Hyung? I mean, we have not gotten to see a whole lot of interaction between Tomorrow X Together, or TXT, and BTS, because they are so busy. But I would love to see him in that role. I would love to see him engage with them and mentor them. What would that feel like for him? I feel like there's so much that we have yet to learn about these guys. And at the same time, we know so much about them. It really makes you think about yourself, about what you are showing to the world, about what they may not know about you, and who you are when no one's looking. They've made me be a better person. And I really appreciate that, because as a mother of 4, as a independent woman, career woman who has been at the same job for going on 6 years now, I have climbed my way from the bottom. I started out as any other call center representative, and now I'm in a position where I am working from home and getting to travel across the United States for work. And I worked for that. I grinded for that. So I understand that struggle. And they brought a lot of the things that I used to love back to me. And I really appreciate that from them. I'm getting myself fit again. I'm eating healthier again. I'm dancing my butt off on a regular basis. I listen to music so much more than I used to. And I have a way to connect with my kids that I didn't have before. Not to mention, these guys are really cute. Honestly, I know this was supposed to be about me, but I feel like it wound up a lot more about how they have affected and influenced my life. And I'm okay with that. Because if there's anything you want to know about me, we can definitely do a Q&A in the future. But I felt that it was time for the story of how I became an ARMY to be told. And it still kills me to this day that they were in Texas, where I live, 2 months after I found out they existed. So obviously I didn't get to see them. But I'll wait until they come around next time. And you guys can be sure that when they come to Texas next time, you will see fan cams, you will see vlogs. Girl, I will be on it the whole time. I will have it recording when I buy those tickets. I will have it recording every step of the way. I will do a giveaway of merch from the concert, like the whole freaking nine, because I am that excited to see these guys live. I can't begin to describe the emotions I had watching them in the theaters for the Love Yourself Soul. I can't imagine getting to see them and being in that crowd, holding that ARMY bomb, screaming at the top of my lungs, because girl, you know I'm not going to be quiet. I'm not going to be one of those polite fan chanters. I am going to be screaming every single word to every single song. I'm going to teach myself the ridiculous fan chant for Jungkook. And I will be screaming that at the top of my lungs too. So I cannot wait. I am so excited for that. And I cannot wait to bring all of you along with me, because the ARMY has been such an incredible group of people that I have enjoyed so deeply getting to know. And shout out to my Misfit fam. Love you girls so much, because I have truly found a way to connect with people about BTS and not feel like a total pariah. But if you know anybody in San Antonio who is a total, BTS trash like me, feel free to shoot them a message that I'm looking for people to hang out with. But seriously though, I have felt so included and so much more comfortable in my own skin because of my Misfit fam. And because of all of you. You choose to watch my videos. You tell me that you fangirl the same way when BTS comes on the radio, and you react the same way when you see their stuff. And I truly believe it's because of how much they touch our lives, how much they affect us and mean to us. I have never felt so much pride for a complete stranger than I have for these boys. Like, when they have something big happen in their lives, I am tearing up. I have a heart so swollen with pride and joy and excitement for them. That is not something I'm used to, but it's totally something that this world should have. We should all be feeling that way for each other. And I'm sure that I could spend hours upon hours upon hours telling you more and more and more about how these guys have influenced me and created joy in my life. But this video has probably gone on long enough, so I'm going to say goodbye for now. But know that on Wednesdays from now on, I will be uploading videos talking about subjects that I really feel we need to touch on, about who we are, about who we want to be, and connect in that way, create a circle of influence for ourselves of people who are like-minded, who have the same goals and want the same things out of life. So I really appreciate you guys coming out and listening to my rambling story of how BTS became my life. And I will now let you go to sleep, but please anticipate my video coming up on Saturday or Sunday for the self-care. And I have kind of toyed with the idea of doing a throwback Thursday. So if that's something you think you'd like to see, definitely drop me a comment down below, because I think it would be really interesting to do a Throwback Thursday where I go look up super old BTS videos that I have never seen, because we all know that there is so much stuff out there that keeping up with the new stuff is hard enough, but trying to, you know, backtrack and get caught up on the old stuff is even harder. So I was thinking about doing a Throwback Thursday where I go and look up some old BTS performance or something, an old photo shoot or music video behind the scenes or something like that, and react to that. So I thought that would be kind of fun. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, definitely leave me a comment below. But I think I am done for tonight. So I really appreciate you guys coming back and watching my videos. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate all of you and how much I truly love you and the rest of the ARMY. As much as BTS has changed my life, so have you. So thank you so very much. I purple you. Borahe tamen bayo, guys. Have a good night.